So it looks like Taraji P Henson is still super salty over the situation with Keith Lee over the drama that went down at the BET Awards a couple of days ago. Keith Lee felt disrespected by Taraji's actions and spoke out, but it turns out that Taraji hates how Keith spoke out against her and she drags him for filth. But Keith is not the only one getting dragged, because JT is also getting dragged for filth by the Beyhive for stealing from Beyonce and being unoriginal. Girl, this is a messy situation, so let's break it down. We thought that the situation with Taraji and Keith was going to be open and shut because it didn't seem like a big deal at first, but it just blew up into a big deal. So it all started when Keith and his wife Ronnie attended the BET Awards. Everything was smooth until Taraji handed out roses to the men in the audience and mistook another guy for Keith. It was a hilarious mix-up, and at first it was no biggie because Keith and the crowd had a good laugh over it. But then things took a turn for the cringy when Taraji tried to lighten the mood and got a bit flirty. She handed Keith a rose and sassily told him to call her later, all while Keith's wife was right there. It was clear as day that Keith's wife Ronnie didn't appreciate the comments, and she had one of those faces that just can't hide her true feelings. Anywho, Keith spoke on the drama after the event ended when he posted a video of him throwing down the rose that Taraji handed to him. And he wrote, "Our name will be known in every room it's supposed to, when it's supposed to, and how it's supposed, with no confusion." He eventually clarified that he didn't feel any type of way toward Taraji and that his issue was with the event organizers because they moved him last minute and didn't tell Taraji. He also clarified that he thought Taraji did a good job and that the situation wasn't her fault.
Last night was the BET Awards, and right now it's something on my mind. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, I want to start by saying I am not upset at Taraji P Henson by any stretch of the imagination. And not only that, in my opinion, she smoked it last night. I don't think for one second Taraji had any ill will or any ill intentions behind the situation. The situation happened the way it did. It is what it is. I made a video last night where I had the rose that was given to me in my hand and I let it fall on the floor. The reason I did this had nothing to do with Taraji P Henson. The reason I dropped it on the floor is that I wholeheartedly believe that wasn't my rose. That wasn't my rose. That wasn't my moment. It was given to me, but it wasn't mine. And I always say, I don't want nothing that ain't mine. I want what's meant for me, nothing less, nothing more. The entire segment on the production side felt extremely rushed. Not only did it feel rushed, it did not feel intentional. It did not feel purposeful. I'm forever thankful for every room that I'm in. I was more than thankful and more than grateful to just sit there and enjoy the show. Me and my wife, we looked amazing. We felt amazing. We was enjoying the show. I've always spoke about my social anxiety. And for me, just to get out and be in that moment was more than enough for me. So to take me and my wife out of our seats, put us in different seats, give Taraji no direction to who we are or what we do, felt extremely unprepared and unprofessional to me. I'm personally a fan of Taraji. I've been for years and I always will be. I love to see her get the recognition that she deserved in that moment and had a platform and a stage that she's always deserved. For this situation to take away from her moment and our moment was unfair to both of us. And another example of this is a picture of my wife has been going around, and it was a small part caught from an entire moment to make it seem like she had an attitude with Taraji. My wife and myself understand the flirting that Taraji was doing was fully improv and fully joke. It was a hard situation for all of us to be in. We fully understand she made it up on the fly. I was there to just enjoy the show. I was invited. No situations and in life in general. I never longed for the spotlight. If I wanted the spotlight, I would have accepted a quarter of the opportunities that's been presented to us. But none of those opportunities were for me or my family. If you understand that, you understand it. If you don't, I'm okay with that. I'm always going to be myself. I've always been myself. Nothing about this journey, about this ride, about where we at or where we going to be is going to change me. Never have and never will. Never once was I upset that Taraji didn't know who I was. Everything that's for me will be for me. Everything that's for my family will be for my family. Everything that's for you will be for you. When it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be, with no confusion. I said that last night and that was still misconstrued, and I stand on it 1,000%. Whatever room I'm supposed to be in, whoever's supposed to know me, whenever they're supposed to know me, it will happen how it's supposed to happen. Last night, while I appreciate the opportunity, it wasn't my moment. And that's okay. I'm cool with that. And for every single person that's been on the journey with me and that's still on the journey with me, I'm forever grateful. I appreciate y'all. I can't say it enough. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. We all humans. We all make mistakes. It is what it is. I just wish they would have set both of us up for most success in that situation. That's it. God bless you.
The reason that Keith had to bring it up and address the situation was that he was getting a lot of hate on social media. While a lot of fans are speaking up in support of him, a lot of people have been calling him out and accusing him of doing too much when he is just an influencer on TikTok. It was just a big messy situation, and I think that Keith did the right thing by clearing the air, because y'all know that fans are always trying to stir up some drama and feud between between celebs when there's nothing going on between them. But it looks like Taraji was not feeling that, and she dragged Keth for filth, right in a scathing comment on Instagram. She said, "Life really is too short for this behavior. He wasn't in his seat. They give celebrity assigned seats. I rehearsed all darn day to go hit my mark, and that young man wasn't in his seat, so he missed his moment. His ego is hurt. He will be fine. I cleaned it up at the end of the show. No love lost here. God bless." Well, fans feel all sorts of ways about this, and they commented. She didn't have to respond like that. Couldn't even look at a picture of that man and see he has long hair? Keith Lee explained his feelings so well, said he had no ill feelings toward Taraji and gave her her flowers. Why would she respond in such a nasty way? And Taraji, please, she didn't even know how to say Holly or Flage's name right, and Holly was just a part of a movie cast with her. We are supposed to believe Keith Lee messed the obviously poorly planned bit up by sitting in the wrong seat? Okay, girl. So it looks like her fans are turning against Taraji and accusing her of doing too much. Speaking of fans turning on someone, the Beyhive is currently dragging JT for filth and accusing her of stealing from Beyonce. For those who don't know, the City Girls are over and done with, so JT and Young Miami are doing their things. Now, I'm not trying to shade Young Miami or anything, but a lot of fans seem to agree that JT is the better rapper out of the duo, and there has been a lot of excitement for her debut solo project. She recently announced her solo project titled City Cinderella, and even though her fans are excited, the Beyhive is furious over this because the cover art for City Cinderella is kind of giving Beyonce's Renaissance. I'm not gonna lie, it does kind of look like Renaissance, but I think that JT did make it her own, so I guess it was more of an inspiration than straight up stealing. However, y'all know that the Beyhive don't play about B, and they drag JT, saying stuff like, "It's given you can take a look at my work, but make sure you change it." Beyonce's show inspires the girls because JT album cover looks like Renaissance. Dangerously in Love meets Renaissance. And I hate that she never does anything original. I want to like her, but oh my gosh, I just can't. But do y'all agree that JT stole from Beyonce, or do you think that the Beyhive is doing too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.